Hello and welcome to this tutorial which will show you how to take advantage of MindTap Mobile, the app that allows you to both read your book, study, and also take assignments on your phone. So in this video we're going to assume that you've already been out to the iTunes Store and or the Google Play Store and downloaded MindTap Mobile. Once the application is installed, what you'll want to do is click on it, where you'll be taken to this page. Now, it's going to ask you to log in here, and you'll want to use the exact same credentials that you either created or used when you first logged into MindTap via the link in your D2L course. Please note that you have to get into your MindTap in the D2L course before you can take advantage of this app. So take those credentials and go ahead and plug them in here, and then click on Log In. When you do so, you're going to automatically be enrolled in that MindTap course. Now, if you're a student that happens to be using MindTap in a couple of different courses, you'll be able to access both courses. The only thing you'll have to do is to switch at the top of your phone there, click on the course title, and you'll see the other courses that you're currently enrolled. So that's how you'll switch back and forth. If this is the first time you've ever been to MindTap, then you'll automatically be taken to it. Now here you can do a number of things, right? But for this course, probably the most important are the e-reader functionality, the study tools, and the pronunciation exercises. Remember, the pronunciation exercises will actually count towards your grade, so this is a great way to take those exercises while you're on the go. So for the ebook, just click on Reader, and what that's going to do, it's going to prompt you to download the book. Now, when you do so, I encourage you obviously to be on a Wi-Fi network at that point, just because it's a pretty good sized download, and you certainly don't want to burn your data on downloading the textbook. The download's pretty easy. You just click Download Book, and that will begin the process. It's about 37 meg of data, so it takes just around a minute or two to download. Once the download's complete, you can just click on Read Book, and that's going to take you into the e-text. Once downloaded, just again click on Read Book, and that will actually take you into the e-text. From here, navigation is achieved just by swiping. So if you swipe over to the right-hand side, that'll take you through all the introductory material. Probably an easier way of doing it is to click in the upper left-hand corner where you see the 3 horizontal lines. And there you can quickly navigate to a chapter. So let's go into the respiratory system, chapter introduction. There we go. So the e-text is designed to be read on the screen itself. There's no scrolling up or down. To move to the next page, simply swipe and carry through. Now in the text, when you're in MindTap proper on a PC or a laptop or a computer, these terms you'll be able to interface with them so that they'll be spoken to you and you can hear how they're pronounced, but that functionality doesn't exist on the app yet. So going through the first couple of pages, you're just going to see the word and then see the pronunciation of that word. For example, fluorescy, right? You know where to put the emphasis on the term. As you get into learning objectives, it becomes more of an e-text at that point, and just keep scrolling through. Always remember to go back and just click there, and then to go back to the chapters, just click on the 3 horizontal lines, and you can navigate through the e-text that way. When you're ready to leave the e-text, just push the back button until you get back to the main table of contents here. Now, another really important feature for this, especially for this type of course, is found in the study tools. When you click on study tools, you're going to see some practice quizzing. This is separate and distinct from any of the quizzes that you'll actually take for grades in the class, but it's a good way to practice. That's located on the right-hand side. And more importantly, you'll see flashcards. And as this is essentially learning a language, flashcards are really important. So choose your chapter by scrolling up or down. Let's go into chapter 6, for example. And here, we're very simple interface, right? It's going to give you the term, and then you can just click on it, and it'll tell you what it means. Flip back, and then swipe to move on to the next card. As you become familiar with terms, just click on Got It, okay? And that's going to put it into a different category than the rest of the cards. If you're not so sure, just leave it as is. You can return to that. And then let's say we've got that one no, that one no, that one no. Oh, yep, I know what that is. So on and so forth. And as you go through the flashcards, you can quickly sort by clicking on the three dots located in the upper right hand side there and filter between mastered terms and unmastered terms. And that way you can study the terms that you need help with, right? You can go back to that and quickly get to them in order to learn about them. Note also on the bottom right hand side, you can add your own card if you want to by clicking on the plus button. You can put in whatever you want on the front of the card, and then when you're done with that, you can put in whatever you want on the back of the card. So that's a really good way to create your own customized study deck of flashcards. When you're done with that, just click back, just like we did before, until you get to the main grouping of items. And let's move on to the Pronounce app. Now, you can access the pronunciation activities and study tools by clicking on Pronounce. When you do the first time, what it's going to do is it's going to take you back out either to the iTunes store or to Google Play. And you'll have to download the subcomponent of the MindTap mobile app. So go ahead and click on Install to get that going. Click Accept and run it through. Once it's been installed on your device, you don't need to open it from there. You can just close down the Google Play interface, go back to MindTap Mobile, and now you can click on Pronounce, and it'll take you directly to the app. Once again, you'll have to log in just one time. We just need to put your credentials in on this side of the app. And once again, it's the same credentials that you used when you first logged into MindTap via D2L. Once you've plugged in those credentials, just click Log In. Accept the EULA agreement. And once again, you'll automatically be taken to that course, right? It'll take you directly into HTHRH SC 2500. So click on the course, and there you're going to have access not only to the graded activities, but also the review. Now, the difference between these two, the pronunciation review covers every term within the chapter. On the other hand, the pronunciation test only covers specific terms. Okay, so I highly encourage you to do the pronunciation review so that you become familiar with all terms and you can work on that all-important skill of being able to pronounce the words correctly. Once you're ready, go ahead and proceed to the pronunciation test. When you do so, it's going to list the words that you're going to be tested on. To start things off, just click New Attempt, and it's going to list the words alphabetically. You can begin with anything that you want, right? The idea is you want to work through and get the pronunciation correct on all terms. So let's just go with something that's, I don't know, kind of easy, like this word here, right? In this screen, first thing I would do is listen to that term. So I'm going to check it out.
Roll.
Roll. Okay. Now I'm ready to actually see if I can pronounce it correctly. When I do so, notice you have to press and hold, right? Don't let go. You have to press and hold the microphone button here until you pronounce the term. When you're done with the pronunciation, release it, and that will end the recording. So let's listen to it one more time.
Roll.
Okay. Roll. Okay, and it's going to think about it. And then it's going to grade you. Notice at the top here, it's giving me straight up good marks, right? Past it, I've gotten all green. That means I'm good. If I back out, here you can see I've taken 3 terms and I've gotten green thumbs up on all 3 of those terms, meaning I've pronounced it correctly. Now, if I hadn't, I would get a red thumbs down and I could take that again. I could try it again until I got it correct, and then I would proceed. Once you've completed all terms, you'll want to click on the Submit button at the bottom, and that'll submit the activity for grading. So the activity is really no harm done, right? It's meant not to, either you got it right or wrong, too bad you missed it, that's over, but more keep practicing it until you get it nailed down. By the way, for those of you who are observant, the RAL was not showing, right? And that's because I'm recording this on my phone, and that recording over the recording disables the ability for the MindTap Pronounce app to actually function the way it should. So that's why I showed you a different term there. Okay, and then once you're done with it, you can just back it out until you get back into the MindTap mobile app. So that's how they connect. Okay, so I hope that video helps you understand how to utilize this tool. It's super convenient, right? Because you can access the reading, which is important. You can access flashcards and sample quizzes, which is super useful. And you can access the homework that is based out of MindTap, which is your MindTap Pronounce test through your phone. And quite frankly, it's probably easier to go through your phone to take those activities than it is to work on a computer with them. Just because a computer has to be configured with Flash, so on and so forth. And while it's doable, the phone is a device that was meant to be spoken into. All right. So I wish everyone the best of luck with the semester, and I hope you get a lot of utility and use out of MindTap.